Hello, Leo. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. Your reading is activated. So all of these readings are timeless. They are activated when you watch them, when you click on them. This was recorded on October the 7th, 2025, and it will be coming out, I think, October 8th, 2025. It might be October 9th. I'm not sure yet. I like to give you these dates so that you know when this thing was recorded. Context is everything, right? You want to look back at your life on that day and see what was going on. All right. So we begin with the adjustment card. Right? We're getting things balanced out. We are at times having to make tough decisions so that we can get things moving, right? So we can keep things flowing through our lives, right? We're all kind of going through it right now, aren't we? I don't know about you. I know I am. The economy is wild. The news, wild. The way people treat each other, well, pretty wild. Not completely. But, yeah, there are those moments that are like, what is going on, right? And really just like kind of the collapse of the old ways. At least the most recent old ways. So we're scared. I think a lot of us are scared. Now, some people freeze when they're scared, rightfully so. Some people run. Some people fawn. And then there are other people who get to work. I don't mean just going to work, right, and making money. I mean, they get to work. They know there is work here that needs to be done. Within self, within their community, within their family. So this adjustment card, it really is about kind of accepting the fact that things are not how they were, even just a few months ago. The world has changed for a lot of people. And so now we get to work. We start moving things around, getting rid of that which is not serving us. Remembering why you are here. What is your reasoning for being manifest into this corporeal body? And when you figure that out, when you remember that reason, you do everything that you can to honor it. All right, let's get going. Let's get moving here. We're not even going to spin this thing. We're just going to tap it. There we go. And I want to say thank you for clicking on the reading. It's always such a huge honor for me. And if you would like to help the channel out in any way, and I'm not asking for money, hitting the like button really helps. Also sharing the video, like hitting the little share button, copying the link. I'm old school. That's how I do it. I am so bad at like hitting the, share it to Messenger or whatever. Sharing it with people, sharing the channel in general. What else? Oh yes. Subscribing and commenting. If you want to leave a comment and you can't think of what to say, why don't you tell me what your favorite flower is? All right, let's get started. So immediately we have a person. I mean, look at it right here. You can see here's the head, here's the eye, the nose, the mouth looking down. In their hand right here, it looks like they're holding a bird. It looks like a bird, maybe in a nest. Okay. Above it, we have the number 810, 810. Okay. So to me, looking at this image, and then we also have up here the spade, and we have a person up here. Now, I feel like this is more like the guardian angel. Okay. Now, over here, we have a person who looks like a dinosaur. You can see the face. Look at that thing. It looks like a reptilian, some kind of reptilian. And it looks like they're holding... It looks like they're holding a money sign. I'm sorry. It does look like they're holding a money sign. Now, it also looks like the number 95. Okay. It also looks like we have the letter J. A large letter J. And then down here we have people who are dancing. It looks like they're all dancing, like they're wizards. Like this one looks like has a huge robe on. This one, leg up. This person over here is getting into it. So to me, it feels like, I almost wonder if like you are a writer or a musician or some kind of creative, and you've done some work. You've done some work that was paid, I imagine, or you're trying to maybe sell some work, or I don't know, something. And I feel like for you, it was like the thing that really, like when you put money into the process, because maybe you, I don't know, maybe you don't have like a healthy relationship with money. And listen, when I say a relationship with money, yeah, of course, you have to learn how to be in a relationship with money, just like anything else. Like, I don't know where we get this idea that we're just like born, we're raised by our parents, and then we go out into the world and we're supposed to like be in charge of like all these things and know how to do all this stuff. And maybe you learned how to spend money or save money or balance a checkbook or whatever. But very rarely are we taught to have relationships with things, right? To honor them, to respect them, to, not let it rule you, not let it be the only thing that you think about, not be codependent with it, but to learn how to honor it and treat it well because you've worked hard to get it, right? And so I feel like for you, maybe you don't have the best relationship. You might even be somebody who maybe is against capitalism, or I don't know, like maybe you feel strange about making money, or I don't know, you come from a family that had some money and you don't like how people treated each other, that type of thing. I see there was a situation, an incident possibly, where I think you were making some kind of work, creating something, doing some kind of job, and I think that you just kind of hit a wall with it. I think that it feels very draconian, right? Machiavellian. I feel like for you, it's almost kind of like the poison of the creative process. Okay. I don't think that you really like having to do something that you love for money, which I understand that 100%, right? You start working in the things that you enjoy doing, and it doesn't feel the same. Now, you can definitely, I do divination for work, and I feel very lucky for that. But has it changed my relationship with this kind of divination? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely it has. Um, both for better and worse. I mean, if I'm being honest. So I understand that. But here's the deal. I feel like for you, the reality of the world, the state of the world, and, just, I don't even know what's next. Who can even tell anymore? I would say if you can make money doing something that you're good at, I would think about the short term versus long term right now. If you're making money that way and it's something that isn't going to completely put you out, I would say go, do it, get into it. Yeah, I mean, but I'm in a hustle mindset almost always. So, I'm always like doing multiple things to earn money and stuff. So, but here's the deal as well. You can't let it soul rot you. If that's what it's going to do, then I would say step away from it. I rather work flipping burgers, living okay with myself than doing something that, slowly starts to erode who I am inside, right? So, that being said, we all have to eat. Okay, let's be real. So, I just think that's something where you're really gonna have to kind of commune with yourself on this, right? Is it worth the money? And that's ultimately what it comes down to. Now we have the people at the bottom. 22 as the number. House. Like a large spread of land. I think that maybe somebody in your family had like a farm, or they lived rural, in the woods or something like this. But I feel like there was like a gathering, maybe a yearly gathering. And I wonder if this is something that is kind of from a bygone era for you. If maybe the place doesn't exist anymore, or the family has gotten older, maybe people have passed away, maybe you're not as close anymore. But I feel like in this time, there's a lot of nostalgia for you. I feel like this is a place that you visit in your dreamscape quite often. I think you were happy here. You felt safe here. You felt very together here. And I do feel like this is the universe kind of calling out to you to reestablish a space for yourself where you can feel free like this again. And possibly be able to be with family or friends, or whoever it is that you like to spend time with, your animals. Now, I'm not saying you need to go buy land, again, who can afford that anymore? But having a place where you can go, right? Even if it's like a room in your house, maybe you set up like a little sitting area on the back porch or in the yard, I think this next period of time is really going to be so much about getting you outside of the normal things that you're doing, right? You get stressed, so you go lay down and you take a nap, or you don't want to think about the bills, or your spouse is nagging at you or whatever. So you go listen to music, or play video games, or go for a run, or, and all these things. These are all perfectly acceptable things to be doing, right? But sometimes we have to break out of the same old, And so I think you are establishing kind of new networks through your life. And so maybe instead of going and laying down, now you're gonna go out on the back porch and have a cup of tea and look at the trees, or get a what is it called, Sudoku little book, and start doing that. I don't know what it is or how to play it, but people take it seriously. I know that. It seems like something that might be fun. So I see you kind of breaking out of the old ways, and stretching out a little bit, trying some new things, new vibes. Now, we also have the number 15, and I want to say that we have the name maybe Ian here. Ian, maybe Lan or Laney or Lane. I think that you sent somebody a message and they never received it, or they never listened to it. I do feel like there is a sense of maybe being ghosted, or kind of dismissed, or the left on red. And I don't think it's romantic. I think this is maybe more of a friendship. But I do think that this kind of disconnect you've been having with people, and I think communication in general, I think that this will ease up as you lean more into that interior work and kind of making a space for you to, I don't know, try on some different feelings, or, get really into something, obsessed with something, having a nice flow state. Okay, our first number is 17. 17. And we have number 41. And number 89. 89. Very good. Okay. Now, we're going to end with one of our gratitude affirmation cards. And I'm just going to flip and stop where it feels right. And it says, balancing act. There we go. We're balancing it out, aren't we? I am thankful for accolades and reproofs, praises and critiques, like light and shadow. The positive and negative feedback I receive gives me a balanced understanding of myself. Practice. Think of a praise or critique you received that helped you gain insight into yourself. How did the feedback drive you toward improvement? Ugh, I hate feedback. No, I mean, I do. I don't like being critiqued. I actually really did not like that when I was in college. I was doing art adjacent kinds of things, so I had to take some like figure drawing classes and this kind of thing, and I did not like the critique sessions. It wasn't even like I didn't want my stuff critiqued. I didn't like critiquing other people's work, and I didn't like hearing other people critique other people's work. And I don't know what to say about that besides I don't know. That being said, there have been times in my life where somebody told me something about myself that maybe I didn't want to hear, or I was very surprised that they perceived this about me. And honestly, it's never really friends or like a spouse or anything. It's always like just the most random people, usually other people's moms. And that's really it. Other people's moms really are the ones that have really like spoke to me on a deep level. And, and as moms can usually do, they give you that critique in a way that feels way more like honey, right? And so that's me. I need it. I need to be treated like the sweet, sensitive little feral monster that I am, you know? But yeah, I think it is. Once in a while, we really do. We need some input, right? Not all the time. Not all the time, but sometimes. All right. I love you. If you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, I'd love to hear from you. Please take care of yourself. We'll talk soon. Good night.